There's only, about 2 weeks left to the year end, so why are they rushing now?
The implementation of an excise tax that would hit about 1% of those returns for investors, that is a part of Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, is the big reason. So these sponsors are kind of looking out for shareholders, going to get ahead of that implementation of that tax to basically save them what amounts to about 10 cents for the $10 investment if they want to get out. But obviously, when you look at it, about 80 SPACs, at least 80 SPACs that have raised over $24 billion in total are facing those decisions over the coming weeks. So it will be a bit of a Christmas present, if you will, for some of those investors getting their money back after holding investments really over the last 9, 12, 24 months.
Yeah, it has been a difficult year. Maybe that Christmas present is much longed for, but the rush to liquidate, it does play into what has been a very challenging year for, both the investors and the companies that have been taken public.
Exactly, and that's really been a thing that we've been tracking over the last 12 months in particular, is that you look at things like the SPAC index, which are down about quadruple what the S&P is lower by. You're looking at these massive losses for investors who held on to these very speculative companies, whether they're low flow or some of the more premier stocks. And that's really what we've been seeing. So as this fits into the year that has been 2022, that has been a year to forget for both SPAC and de-SPAC investors, this is a big part kind of in rounding out the push for liquidation, something that far and above is setting a record for December. And really, when you look at expectations for December in particular, we expect to see as many liquidations this month as the last 5 years combined, just given that boom over 2020 and 2021.
Wow, that's a lot. So how does 2023 look? What's next for the industry?
There's really an expectation for another wall of liquidation. So you're going to continue to see this really play out over the first 4 months of the year, a couple hundred SPACs facing deadlines over that point. But really the expectation from SPAC bulls is that there will be a more refined group of SPAC backers. There will be kind of a more focused group that are looking to take public more solid fundamental companies, whether they're smaller or not. And that'll be one thing to keep an eye on in really the latter half of 2023. But again, the capital markets are in such disarray that has been a big driver for this pain for SPACs.